Hey guys, it's Sam Roberts. And Sam Roberts now has been controlling loneliness across the internet for a long time. But starting now, you can be lonely longer. It's great news. Sam Roberts now goes live at 6 p.m. Eastern over at youtube.com/notsam. Join us earlier to get a lonelier start on the evening. Of course, every episode of Sam Roberts Now goes up at youtube.com/notsam. You can hit the channel anytime you want to watch the shows. But if you want to join us live, if you want to be there with me and with Hot Dog and watching videos and breaking things down and people embarrassing themselves, mainly us, it's the internet's loneliest talk show. youtube.com/notsam. Sam Roberts Now, 6 p.m. Eastern. Whoa! Happy Lonely Friday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. This is the loneliest show in the history of the internet. It's the loneliest form of entertainment that any of us have ever known. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now, the Friday edition. Hope you all were here on Wednesday. If not, after today's show, you can always go back and spend some time this weekend checking that out. But we've got a lot to break down today here on another lonely Friday night. And to help us do that, of course, Hot Dog has returned. Hot Dog, welcome back.
Finally. I gotta keep going.
No,
Hot Dog.
I was leaving it open for you. I felt like if you weren't going to keep going, you would at least have something to follow it up with other than awkward silence. And hey, sorry I missed the last show, Sam, but can you fill in for the end of my sentence here? I didn't realize that's what we were doing. But welcome back.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah.
Does that mean
it's Friday?
Does that mean Kanye's dropping something?
No. A-Y. Yay!
Oh, Friday. I did. I watched a video today of it's a compilation of all the times since the Fish Dicks episode aired, the Kanye South Park Fish Dicks episode. I think it aired in like 2013. Like, I had no idea how long ago it was, and how over the last 9 years almost at this point, but 8 years, Kanye has consistently brought up how much he didn't like it in his music. Like every year there's another song where he mentions like, fuck you guys. Which is literally the joke. Like, the fact that he took it too seriously, like he's doing the thing that they're making fun of him for doing. I don't know, but we've got too much to do tonight. Go ahead, hit the like button now. I'm already sure that you're going to like the show. If you're joining us live, yes, feel free to join us in the chat. Super chat in if you want anything acknowledged on the show. You want it guaranteed to be acknowledged. Super chat in, and if you're not watching live, go ahead and leave a comment. Either way, subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell on. You get alerted every time there's a new Sam Roberts Now. There's a new Prima Volta. There's new clips that go up. All of that stuff going up all week long here at youtube.com/notsam. So be doing that. But be participating in it, because Hot Dog, we got another film to break down, and this is going to be one. You're going to be glad, Hot Dog, that I put you onto this, because this is going to be one that you're going to be talking to the gals about. I can already tell you it's already happening. Like, it's happening this weekend. It's going to evolve over the weekend. This is going to be the next one. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next one. Can you already tell?
I can't wait for the Monday cooler session.
Oh, water cooler talk is going to be all about this man right here. This big hunk of meat himself. The Tinder Swindler. Simon LeVave, if that is his real name. And all the chicanery that he has been a part of across Tinder. I mean, a prolific, according to Netflix. I don't know him personally. He's already threatened to sue Netflix, so I don't want him coming after the Not Sam empire. But somebody who Netflix portrays as a prolific scam artist. Just a guy who professionally takes women's money from them. He's just an incredible artist when it comes to this. Hot Dog, have you seen the Tinder Swindler documentary?
I'm halfway through it. I literally was watching it up until the start of this show.
Look, I'm going to, some things I quote unquote might be spoiled, but the fact is that as the movie starts with two women talking about how they fell in love on Tinder, it's called Tinder Swindler. Like, you know where this is going, okay? So I won't ruin it for anybody, but there will be some spoilers in here because we got to talk about this because the story is what makes it so fascinating. And to me, once you hear the story, it's like, okay, I gotta watch this. I first of all really appreciate the fact that it is one documentary. It is not a docu-series. It is not split up over 9 episodes. It is not going to take me 3 weeks of ignoring my children to watch this thing. It is one documentary film from the producers of Don't Fuck with Cats, which was another big one for Netflix. But that it took them 3 movies.
Episodes.
It took them 3 movies, to do Don't Fuck with Cats, if I remember right. This one documentary, felt a little old school, but it's basically, so the story, it starts with these women. First, Cecile. Cecile is who it starts with. And Cecile is, I mean, she comes off as codependent to me. I don't want to victim blame anybody, but when I hear, like, women talking about how they're looking for their Prince Charming, how they're looking for somebody to come and sweep them off their feet and take care of them and stuff, I say, Disney fucked you up from childhood. Like, Disney you are an independent woman, you got this. You don't need some man that's going to fill that emptiness in your life. You got this. If a man comes along, but this is not what Cecile was looking for, okay?
Be your own Prince Charming.
That's what I say, and then, maybe you find a Cinderella. I don't know. I'm not here to assign gender roles to anyone. That's not the point of Sam Roberts Now. We're too lonely to assign gender roles,
If the shoe fits.
Hey, that's it. But, so we follow the story of Cecile, and Cecile is on Tinder, and she's just looking for somebody that has a zest for life, somebody that appreciates adventure and travel, but also is looking for love and a relationship. And it's like, so you're looking for a rich guy that won't date anybody else. Is that kind of where we're at? Because we very quickly meet this guy, Simon, which is what his name is. And there's 2 different women that are describing their affairs with Simon. And they both describe them the same way, which is like, oh my God, this guy just showed up and he paid all this attention to me and he took me to this nice dinner and everything. And it was 5 courses. And then we just hit it off so nicely and amazingly. And then right after dinner, he said, oh, I'm getting on a private jet to Bulgaria or somewhere else. This is all taking place in Europe. I'm getting on a private jet. Europe is a great place, by the way, to do scams still, because there's so many different countries within the continent.
So easy.
It's so easy. You just go from place to place. Like in North America, it's like you go to Canada, you go to Mexico. Like what you can't. It's so much more difficult. Like you can't do it state to state, right? Because they're
all so different. All 3 are so different.
Right. They're gonna follow you if you go state to state. There's gonna be federal laws over it. But in Europe, oh my God. In Europe, it's just, fun and chicanery across the high seas. It's really no problem for anybody. So,
great start, by the way, with the way he talks to these women, because already he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's like taking them out to these dinners, like you said.
Oh my God, it's like literally, come travel with me on my private jet immediately. Like that is true. Like you think Tinder Swindler,
and then the jet is there.
Exactly. You think the whole thing's gonna be a lie, but that's the game, right? That he has to maintain this appearance for a period of time in order for it to feed itself, because that's what you start to figure out. It's a human centipede. It's just feeding itself the whole way through. So the private jet is there and everything. But as like the women are describing their great times with him, I'm like sitting there going, like, if this guy wasn't flying around on private jets and going to like the fanciest restaurants, like that's not this amazing zest for life and adventure and love. That's just money. Like it's just
absolutely. This whole time in the beginning, I didn't hear one thing about what they had in common.
No, nothing.
What they love to do.
Nothing.
None of that.
Nothing.
None of that.
Nothing. And there's not a lot of ownership over the fact that, like, yeah, sometimes it's easier to fall for scams when people buy you nice stuff because you like the nice stuff. And I get it. Trust me. If Stone Cold Steve Austin was like, hey, Sam, we can drink Steve Weisers and drop stunners on everybody, Just send me $5,000. I'll pay you back. I'd be like, that sounds great, Steve. That sounds like a perfect deal. And then if I was like, Steve,
well, God damn it, Sam, why don't we go to Greece together?
What? 5,000? I said 15. What? I'd go, all right, Steve, that sounds right. Go to Greece? Yeah, we can go to Greece, but we need to put it in my name on my credit card? But you'll give me your vest? I mean, that sounds reasonable. Yes, that's sound. And my friends would go, Sam, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin is scamming you. And I'd go, you don't know. I'm like, I know. Okay, we have something going on, guys.
It's Stone Cold.
Yeah,
come on.
And haters gonna hate. That's all I'll say. Right? I don't know if you guys are jealous of me and Stone Cold, then you need to take that elsewhere because I know what I'm doing. Yeah.
So you're saying the red flag is automatically someone that is uber rich and is just willing to do these.
It's not necessarily a red flag. It's just you have to understand what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being rich and spending money because you got it. And there's nothing wrong with being attracted to that. Like, it's way funner to hang out with rich people that will spend money on fun stuff. Of course. I don't have any problem with that. But the red flag for me is when somebody starts to confuse love. They go, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for companionship. This is a great private jet. I go, these are not the same things. Like, I actually thought the second woman that, like, she said, you know, we went on one date and we weren't really feeling it. Like, the relationship feel wasn't there. But we stayed friends, right? She said she even flew out to meet him and his new girlfriend. And I'm like, you were hooking up. Like, obviously, there was a strong sexual component to this. But I thought what she was doing was at least a little bit more healthy. She was still getting scammed, but it was at least a little bit more healthy because she wasn't acting like she didn't just want to have a good time. You know, to me, the red flag is when you go, I don't understand why I can't find love. I keep hanging out with these rich people and having fun with them and saying that's love. It's not the same thing. Okay? The red flag is when Simon goes, well, my last name is Lviv, so, you know, I'm the son of a CEO of a diamond company. I'm the son of a guy who runs a diamond company. I'm the heir apparent. It's going to be my diamond company. And she goes, no way. And he goes, no way. Check out this photo of me and my family. That's the worst Photoshop I've ever seen in my life. Immediately. Dude, they showed it on Netflix. You've seen it. Look behind me. Immediately when you look at that, I go, those three people were not in that photo together. That guy in the hat was not present for this photo. At no point. Now, the minute even if they had called the movie The Guy Who Loved People on Tinder, and I had no idea there was some swindling involved, I would have said, even if that guy has everything else going for him, he was not present when that photo was being taken because it is the clearest Photoshop I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen my thumbnails. I've seen terrible Photoshops. This is worse.
I didn't notice it.
Bro,
I didn't notice it.
Bro, look at it. Can you look at it? Do you see it now? Do you see the outline around him? Do you see the it's not natural. He's not in this photo. You would have gotten Tinder swindled.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, and you just see the dad, and you also see the private jet.
That's what I mean.
You know,
see the private jet and the delicious food and going from country to country. Sometimes your Photoshop skills go out the window. You know, your all power of observation starts to fade on you. And so this is the guy, you know, handsome as he is, just handsome devil. And basically what happens is he's in there with Cecile mainly, and also at the same time spending money on Pernilla. Pernilla is the hookup buddy. That's her. And Cecile is the girlfriend. And
it's here for a good time, the second one.
Yeah. The middle one we'll get to. I don't even know if you've met the middle one yet, Hot Dog, if you've only watched half the movie. But the middle one is fun towards the end. But what happens is that he's got this great bodyguard named Peter. Peter is the shit. Peter is my guy. I love Peter. Peter is ride or die. Peter is always there. He's as big as a house. He looks like the wall from Game of Thrones. And he's just hanging out with Simon, going, whatever you need, Simon. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, one night, Cecile gets a text. And the text just says, Peter hurt. And then it's a picture of Peter. He's sitting there with a scratch on his head. And it says, blood. Peter hurt, blood. And a picture of Peter, and there is blood on his head. And then there's some weird, like, video of him at a hospital with blood on his head. And it's like, yeah, this all checks out. And so Cecile goes, holy shit, this is terrible. Not Peter. Not Peter. And Simon goes, yes, Peter. And Cecile goes, oh, no, I don't know what to do here. And Simon goes, don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. My enemies are after me. Because this is another thing Simon did. This was about a month into the relationship. Simon is WhatsApping all the time. He's sending love messages all the time. He's sending little gifts all the time. He's seeing her. He's saying he loves her. He's going to be boyfriend, girlfriend, the whole thing. Peter's going to be a part of our life. It's going to be great. We're going to have a little family. It's going to be wonderful, but I got enemies. Oh, I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
Never specified.
Well, it's the diamond industry, hot dog. You don't know about the diamond industry. You ever see Adam Sandler's enemies in Uncut Gems? Enemies.
Yeah.
If you sell diamonds, you've got enemies. And Simon is not, he's not immune to this. He doesn't have the Aaron Rodgers immunity. Okay. He succumbs to this as well. He says, I got enemies and I'm going to have to hide out. I'm going to have to lay low. And she goes, all right, let's lay low. He goes, but you're not in any danger, luckily. She goes, fantastic. He goes, so while we're laying low, here's what I'm going to need to do. I'm going to need you to register some credit cards. She's like, what? Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, you see, because if I'm spending money on credit cards under my name, my enemies will find out. But they don't know your name. So what we'll do is we'll just get you to get a bunch of Amex cards. I'll spend that money, and that way, no enemies. And she goes, that sounds like it all checks out. And he goes, by the way, we're going to move in together. And she goes, oh, well, we're going to live together? He goes, yeah, of course. She goes, well, then you're not going to lie to me. All right, let me get some credit cards. Let me get a platinum Amex. And she gets the platinum Amex. And like 2 days later, he's like, yo, what the fuck? He's like texting her. He's all frustrated. He's like, it's maxed out. What's the credit limit? She goes, oh, I don't know. He's like, you got to get another card. Okay, yeah, no. I'll get the limit raised. I'll get another card. He's like, no problem. He's like, look, we got a problem. She's like, what's the problem? He's like, the credit cards, it's getting weird. I need you to come to Amsterdam with $25,000 cash. Can you do that for me? And she's like, yeah, it sounds reasonable.
That's where you stop right there.
Okay, so you stop. I stopped at the Photoshop. You go through the Photoshop because of the private jet. You even get tricked.
Yes.
You open a couple of Amex cards because there have been a lot of perks leading up to this. This isn't just all of a sudden happen. And lots of in-person stuff. This isn't a 90-Day Fiancé situation. You've seen the guy. You've seen the jet. You've seen the restaurant.
You've seen the family. His daughter.
Right? She goes on a trip with him. His ex-wife or whoever, I don't know, the mother of his baby mother is on the plane with a baby going, oh, my God, he's a great dad. We're just not in a relationship. She's like, great. Can I be in a relationship with him? The mother of the child goes, hell yeah. Let's all hang. Let's all hang. So since you go through that, you are getting the credit cards.
Right. And, you're also getting some points with the credits that he's using. So it's not all bad.
That's right. Now,
but once he needs some
hot dog, would you ever like co-sign somebody's house just because they were your buddy? Like if they wanted to buy a house?
I've done that.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's why you go. That's why my cutoff is probably a lot earlier than yours. But you are cutting off.
I'm like, so you're gonna pay for this every month, right?
Yeah. 100%. Okay, she said 100%. Like, there's no way she's not doing it.
Let's do it.
So she goes, all right, no, this guy's not lying to me. Let me get that $25,000 cash. And it's like, but I don't have $25,000 cash. So she goes, oh, I know what I'll do. I get a loan. And she gets a quick loan. I don't know how, this feels like white privilege. I don't know how people could just go and get $25,000 cash real quick. Like, that seems weird to me. Like, I didn't know it was just that easy. Like, she said, so I went and got a quick loan and got 25 grand and I put in cash, and they just gave it to me in cash. Maybe that's a European thing. I don't know. Because then she puts it in a carry-on, puts it through the x-ray. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what it is. Puts it through the x-ray machine at the airport, no problem. Flies, gives him the 25 grand. Continues to do it. until she's $250,000 in debt.
Wait, she did more than one trip?
Yeah, she kept giving him cash, and she kept doing more credit cards.
Yeah.
She didn't stop. $250,000, not like in debt. So I'm not saying she's like, oh, I have $250,000 less. I'm saying she owes the bank $250,000. That's worse than just losing it. So she's got all these collectors emailing her now, like, what the fuck? And she's like, I know. Simon is hitting me back soon, but don't worry about it.
He's got it. He's rich. Have you seen his jet?
Exactly. And they're like, I don't think that's real. She goes, no, I flew on it. So then she goes, all right. No. I'm going to talk to Simon right now. Simon, this is too much. And Simon goes, I agree. And she goes, I knew you'd understand. And so Simon goes, I'm going to make you an employee of my diamond company. I'm the CEO of the diamond company. I'll make you an employee. She goes, you can't just do that. He goes, yeah, I can. And I'm going to pay you $100,000 a month. She goes, oh, no problem then. He goes,
fucking awesome.
He goes, great. Send me all your passport information, all your info. She goes, perfect. Here you go. Here's all of it. And so, unfortunately, what she does do, and this guy's brilliant at it, he sends her all kinds of receipts for like transfers and pay stubs. Like she gets all her pay stubs, but none of the checks. None of the money. That's what I
was confused about. I was like, is she getting paid?
No,
is she cashing these things in?
No, she just gets the pay stubs. And she goes, but the check didn't go through. And he's like, oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. And that's, and she's like, oh, okay, you got me. All right, no problem. Yeah, no. He's really good at making receipts, apparently, because she doesn't get any of the money. And then she goes, well, what's this money being spent on? That's where this other girl, Pernilla, comes in. That's where the human centipede of this all comes in. Because she goes, this guy is not doing $250,000 in spending. I mean, he's spending millions of dollars. So what he's doing is he's taking her $250,000 and he's spending it to wine and dine Pernilla. And then he's doing the same scan on Pernilla, even though Pernilla is not even in a relationship with him. She's just friends with benefits. And she says she gets a text after getting a whole bunch of this $250,000 that is Cecile's money. She gets a text. And guess what her text says?
I need money.
Peter got jumped.
Oh.
We're in danger. Oh, we're in danger. He goes, yeah, we're in danger. And he's running the scam, apparently, over and over and over and over again. Like, this is his whole job. There is no diamond industry. There is no job. There's no nothing. Nothing. It's just...
The reveal, when I made the connection, it was amazing because it was the first girl was talking about all the money she was spending, and then they were doing quick cuts to the other girl.
And they do it.
And I was like,
yes. That's,
oh my God.
It's so good the way they pace out the interviews. Because at first, the first girl is going like, yeah, we had this great time. And then when the first girl is being like, I don't know, he started getting really like kind of cold and like, I was just giving him all my money. Then the second girl starts saying, yeah, we were having this really great time. And I'm like, okay, all right. We're going cyclical here. So eventually the first girl blocks him on WhatsApp and gets real pissed off. So she calls like a journalist and they start tracing this guy. What? No. I'm sorry. Before she calls the journalist,
the banks.
She calls Amex and the banks. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I'm giving him the money. And they're like, what's it all in your name? There's nothing in his name. And she's like, no, because he's got enemies. It's just because
she went,
because
I guess you're right.
The enemies, I can't, but he's going to pay it, I think. And they go, do you have a picture of him? And this is where it gets bad. She goes, yeah. She gives him a picture of him and they go like this. Yep. And they go, no. The Amex collectors are like, yep. No.
Immediately she got that feeling.
No.
How could you not get that feeling?
No.
Oh, do you guys know him?
Yeah. And so,
know.
I won't get into every detail because, again, you got to watch this thing. All this is covered in, like, the first half of it. I haven't spoiled too much of it, I don't think. But Cecile and Pernilla start to work together to kind of bring this guy down once and for all, But they really don't. I mean, they make his life difficult for sure. But it's this third girl in here that, like, gets her revenge. But even her, it's petty, right? Because by the time the third girl is around, this article about the Tinder Swindler has already gone out and everything. Everybody's onto it. Everybody recognizes his picture. At one point, he tries to get plastic surgery, but they won't give him the plastic surgery because the plastic surgeon says that's the plastic surgery that criminals get. We're not doing that. Like,
oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's like, I want my nose and my jawline changed and stuff. They're like, no, that's what criminals do when they're trying to change their identity. So we don't do that procedure. He's like, fuck. So he grows a beard instead. But so people find out about this, and the dating apps start banning him, and he loses his income source. This is what he was doing. Like, this was his whole life was based around this. So this third person here in the middle, she's the last person that's dating him, and she's watching it all crumble, and she realizes what's going on too. Now, by the time she realizes, she's already pretty deep in. Like, he's already milking her. Yeah. She didn't realize it quick. But she goes, but I got him. She says, I work in fashion, which probably means she works at the mall, like in a clothing store. But she
I work at Macy's.
Yeah, exactly. But she goes, I work in fashion, and I know that he only wears designer clothes. And I told him, I said, send me your clothes, and we'll sell them on eBay. Because he started complaining to her, I don't know, these bitches are trying to make me look bad. This isn't true. And it's part of my enemies, and now I don't have any money. And she goes, no problem. We're a team. Send me your clothes. I'll sell them. I'll send you the money. He goes, great. Guess what? She doesn't send him the money. She keeps it.
Oh!
Gotcha.
Got him.
Now, the reason that's great is because that's when he gets really pissed. And two things make this doc really good. Number one is the pacing, like the way they put it, where they put all the interviews. And the other
good.
The other thing is all the stuff that they have, because WhatsApp saves everything. Everything gets saved on people's WhatsApps. So, like, all the photos, all the texts, all the videos that he sent all the women that participated in this documentary are all saved, and they just show all of them. Like, he sends these manic voicemails when he gets angry. Fuck you! Fuck you! Like, just so pissed. It's all in the doc. And then you got this is the shit I want on my tombstone. When he realizes that this bitch, as he puts it, is not going to send him the money for the clothes, that she stole his clothes and sold them, he's pissed. He's pissed. And this is what he writes her. And as I said to everyone, to every action, gonna be a reaction.
He loves that line.
And I was like, that's true. That's very, very true. And then he says this to her. She goes, you're pathetic, because he's like texting her, going like, I'm staying at hostels now. This is a 1-star resort. I'm eating leftovers. She like texts him. She's like, you're pathetic, blah, blah, blah. And then he writes, I'm not. I'm homeless king. And it's just like, yeah, you fucking are, dude. You are a homeless king. Good for you. Now, there's a couple of things at play here. Number one, while we don't victim blame, and while he is a total scumbag, crazy person, asshole, who should go to jail, that's the other thing. Hot dog.
Genius.
I hope that, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, he does 5 months in jail for a passport violation, but he never gets convicted on any fraud whatsoever. He's living as a free man in Israel, and he's still got expensive cars and doing his scams. Like, yeah, he's doing fine. Like, he's totally fine. Like, there is you won't feel any justice for him. The most justice that happened is that one woman sold a bunch of his clothes on eBay. Like, that's the justice. But
right, so he was running an international thing. You think maybe a couple of years here and there. This is millions of dollars.
We don't have a discussion about how much people love the money part of it. You know what I mean? And how they get wrapped up in it, and how, you know, you ignore warning signs when you're hanging out like that. Also, I couldn't help but like think as I'm watching this guy, and they show like he has all these different hidden identities, and like he busts his ass. Let's be honest, hot dog. This guy's job is to scam women on Tinder. And for a period of time, he worked harder at his job than anyone I know works at their job.
Full-time job. Not a full-time job. Just
beyond it's 24-hour job. They did say that there were a couple of women that said that they were literally getting identical texts at the same time. Like he was sending the same video to multiple people, the same phrasing of things to multiple people. But still, it's difficult. Difficult to keep up. Difficult to figure out the timeline. It takes a lot of patience. You got to wine and dine for a month. Then you got to drop the bomb here. You got to drop the bomb there. You got to keep up with all these stories. It's tough, okay?
Yeah, you got to still remember these girls' names and their individual stories and the relationship you have with them, because he did meet them. It's not, it's not like a Nigerian prince kind of a deal.
No.
It's crazy.
But I'm sitting there going like, it's really important to keep in mind how stories are told. Because yes, you will walk out of this doc going, this guy is a scumbag and I hate his guts. But realistically, if he were played by Leonardo DiCaprio,
oh my God,
and Tom Hanks were chasing him, you'd be like, he's kind of the man. This is kind of the same story as Catch Me If You Can. There's not that much of a difference between this and Catch Me If You Can, except somehow Frank Abagnale is like, I love that guy. I wish I was more like Frank Abagnale. And Simon is a scumbag drag of the society, right? But this is, hot dog, even halfway through, it's kind of Catch Me If You Can. Except it's not Leonardo DiCaprio. It's some weirdo on the internet.
I didn't feel that bad for the women, to be honest.
Why not? Is that because
it's funny?
You're kind of an incel, though, to be fair.
No, I'm not. Because this is a tried and true. This story has been around forever. You meet someone online, they ask for money. Well, as soon as they're asking for money, that's when you stop. You take a couple steps back and you go like, am I being swindled? That didn't occur once.
You said you would have done the credit cards.
Maybe. But when they started asking for cash, I would not have gone past. He would have gotten like 10K out of me.
I'll tell you who deserves, after seeing this story, I'll tell you who deserves an apology, because he's really not that bad. West Elm Caleb.
Yeah, he's a bro.
West Elm Caleb is just trying to live his life over here, okay? Like, how about love bombing and then stealing $250,000 from somebody? That's bad, okay? My man West Elm Caleb was just trying to do his thing. Like, let's put it into perspective here, okay? And by the way, if they do make Tinder Swindler with Leonardo DiCaprio, not one person will be on the women's side.
No.
None.
Like, oh, what idiot. Not even the women.
No.
What idiots.
Especially if you go back and you just say, yep, Simon is going to be played by Leonardo DiCaprio and his dad's going to be played by Christopher Walken. Because nobody was sitting there. Like, the reality is, Catch Me If You Can, Tom Hanks is the good guy. Tom Hanks is the guy you should be rooting for. And Leonardo DiCaprio is just a bad person. But you don't watch that going, I hope Tom Hanks wins. You watch that going, you keep running, Frank. You get away from that asshole. Good for you. Good for you, Frank.
It's that charisma.
I know. It
gotta
really
be charismatic.
Is. And that's what we look at this guy. You tell me that's not charisma? You tell me that guy right there is not charismatic? There ain't nobody else on that plane. You know why? PJ. And he looks confident in it. He's not if you took a picture of me in a private jet, my eyes would say, holy shit, I've never been anywhere like this before. For him, he's like, hey, it's Tuesday. Okay, that's charisma. If this guy needs...
They never sound charismatic, though. All these scammers, though. Like,
no, they don't.
Voicemails on this thing.
Well,
Very rough.
Yeah, look. He's got a lot on his plate. He's trying to scam a whole bunch of women at the same time. And honestly, the only reason he's scamming women is to scam more women. I don't understand, like, what is the end game? Like, why are you doing this? Like, it just feeds itself. It's an endless loop. It's a hamster on a wheel. It's like you don't need to keep going.
He's living a good life.
He is. Well, yeah, I guess that's what it is, right? Just day to day, hanging out with Peter the bodyguard when he's not bleeding, and having fun on private jets, and having other women. He's love bombing women. You know who's not charismatic? You know what's weird to me is uncharismatic CEOs. So many CEOs are not charismatic, but they still do their own press conferences and everything. Hot dog, it was a big week because this week it was official. The announcement has been made. My favorite company of all time, MoviePass, is officially returning. The CEO of MoviePass, who is now the CEO, this is one of the original founders of MoviePass. He got fired from his own company. Then the CEOs that took over torpedoed the company, and then he bought the company back out of bankruptcy. So now he's back in charge, and he thinks MoviePass 2.0 is going to be the way to go. Hot dog, you remember MoviePass. MoviePass, the reason I loved it so much was just because, I mean, it was such a disaster, and there's no way that it couldn't be a disaster. What they did was they set up a company that had a baseline cost of $10 a month. It was a subscription fee, $10 a month, and they gave you a MoviePass debit card. And what you would do is you'd go to the MoviePass website. They had all the movie theaters on there, and for $10 a month, you could use that debit card to buy any movie ticket you wanted, unlimited movie tickets, just one, not for a friend, just one, but unlimited movie tickets. You buy the ticket online, you go to the movie theater, you put your MoviePass debit card in the machine, the ticket spits out, and there's no money besides the $10 a month that you're paying. Hot dog, the average movie ticket for one costs like $15.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy one movie ticket a month, you're already not making a profit if you're MoviePass. Like
the math checks out.
The only way the business works is if nobody ever goes to the movies. If nobody ever goes to the movies, but they keep paying for MoviePass, then the company will be extremely profitable. But if they go to see any movies, it won't be profitable. And people were like, you don't get business. And then they went out of business because of the thing that we just said, because there's no way you could possibly make a profit. I think at one point, the CEO, the idea was that we're going to collect all this data. Again, keep that in mind, data. We're going to collect all this data, and then we're going to sell it back to the movie theaters, or we're going to have so many subscribers that, number one, we're going to be able to sell their data, and number two, we're going to be the place people go to see movies. So movie theaters are going to have to offer us discounted rates on the tickets because they don't want to lose our base. Now, what the movie theaters did instead was they said, average movie theater goer, hot dog, when you go to see the movies, you probably go to the same theater every single time, right? Your local movie theater.
Well, one or two.
Yeah. Right. So if that movie theater offered you a subscription service, you might as well take that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what MoviePass realized, that people just go to AMC Stubs or Regal or Alamo or whatever it is. They'll just get the subscription to the one movie theater. It's their theater anyway, and that one movie theater can offer rates because they're making the subscription money and they're making the ticket money, so they can kind of make it work and not offer you any discounted tickets and say, you go fuck yourself with your data. And MoviePass realized that they were in quite a pickle. They tried to scam people for as long as they could, in my opinion. People had a real tough time canceling subscriptions. No movies were being offered. It was a disaster. We've covered it many times here on Sam Roberts Now. I just love the story, but
legendary.
It's legendary. Have you heard about MoviePass 2.0, Hot Dog?
I saw the pitch for it. I'm excited.
You're excited?
I'm excited.
I found it. Go ahead.
I said free movies. And I just got to watch a couple ads here.
Dude, it is the creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life, okay? Whenever you talk about red flags. There are so many red flags in this one that I'm like, what are you selling here? What is the product here? They're like, we just want to get people to go to see movies again. No, you don't. You do not. Dude, the MoviePass press conference was so creepy. The minute they go, we're developing our own currency. You're like, what? Like, what? Why would you need to develop your own currency? No. You see, first of all, they never said how much it would cost a month. They said they would have a tiered subscription program, but they did not say how much it would cost a month. All they said was credits are available. You'll be able to buy credits. Yes, credits. And that's what you want for your movies, right? They got some lofty goals too. They plan on being around for the long haul. And they said that by 2030, they want 30% of the movie-going public to be MoviePass subscribers. 30% is a ton. It's like 30%. The movie-going public is almost everybody. So 30% of almost everybody needs to be subscribed to your platform. That is an insane goal. You got 8 years to get that done? I don't think so. And they're like, did you hear about the credits? Like they're making it seem like people would just go like, it's not enough to go to the movie theater, hot dog. You can't just go. You see Scream? By that point, it'll be Scream 9. Yeah, I saw Scream 9. Did you get your credits? No, what do you mean credits? Then don't talk to me. I don't talk to people who don't have a certain amount of movie credits. Like, that's not going to be a thing. It's not that. There's no way. I mean, it could be. It might be a thing, but I don't think so, okay?
Mark this down for horrible takes in 10 years.
That people are not going to be sitting there comparing MoviePass credits?
Yeah.
That'll be all right, I'm going to sit there and tell you right now. Nobody's going to give two shits about MoviePass credits. You are not going to be ranked as a fan based on your credits. I can't allow myself to think that we will go down that far as a society, that we need credits that badly. And I'm sitting there going like, okay, well, I mean, on Instagram, you need your likes. On Twitter, you got to have the right ratio. On Facebook, you need your shares. I mean, it does fit a pattern, but no, I refuse to believe. So they said that, with your credits, here's the beauty of credits. They said sometimes if you go to see a matinee or you don't go during a peak time, a movie may cost less credits to see this movie in this specific theater. And I go, So what you're saying is if you go during peak times, the movies will cost more credits. And they go, no. They'll cost the standard amount of credits. It'll be less credits off peak, standard on peak. Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes total sense. Then, I mean, I had to play this. I had to play this because I had to stop. When the CEO took his microphone, and in all honesty, firstly, like, he's going up there with this sense of pride that people feel loyal to MoviePass. Do you know why people were so loyal to MoviePass? Because it was impossibly cheap. People felt loyal to MoviePass.
Scamming it.
Yes, thank you, hot dog. Thank you. People felt loyal to MoviePass. That's the exact word that I was going to use, because people felt like they were scamming the theater, the studio, and MoviePass themselves. People felt like they were getting one up on everyone involved, so they loved the system. Now, if you don't think that you're being taken full advantage of by this thing, then I'll fly you on my private jet if you open a few credit cards in your name for me. Okay?
Where are we going?
Yeah. This man holds a microphone to his mouth and stands up in front of a group of people and says, I'm one of these guys that loves product placement. I'm like, what? What?
Love it.
One of these guys that loves product placement. That's not a good, what do you mean one of these guys? That's never been said before, ever. Nobody has ever, what's your favorite part of movies? The product placement. I like product placement, then I like the soundtrack, then I like actors. What? Can you imagine?
Tinder profile, bro.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to see that movie. Why? There's like no product placement in it. Like, I'm not interested. Listen to it. I swear to God, guys. This is why I had to bring the clip to you. Because I was like, I just tell the Not Samsonites that this man is trying to convince people that product placement is something movie fans like look for in films. But I said, there's no way. If I heard somebody say that, I go, that's a lie. Listen, this is from the announcement that MoviePass is coming back.
So we all love.
He almost said we all love. He was about to say we all love product placement, and he couldn't keep a straight face. He's like, no, I can't go that far. And he's showing a picture of James Bond, Daniel Craig. Is that why you like?
That's my guy.
Is that why you like James Bond so much, Hot Dog? Because there's so much product placement?
Yeah, I like when he pulls out a nice Heineken. And then I go, man, that looks good on him. It probably looks good on me.
Yeah. Get through this action scene already. I want to know what kind of socks he's wearing. Listen.
I'll speak for myself for a second.
Good.
I love product placement in movies.
What?
I love the cars.
Oh, my
I
God.
love the watches. I love the clothes.
Oh, my God.
I'm that person that I sometimes have a notepad and I'm writing down, is like Hugo Boss?
This is what he's wearing, a mock turtleneck. So you know he's one of these, like, you know, Cupertino, California CEOs, tech CEOs that, like, idolizes Steve Jobs. And that's great. But Steve Jobs, like, the criticisms that people had about Steve Jobs, well, one of the many, was that he had what was described in his biography as a reality distortion field around him. That he believed in something so much that even if it was true, he would make people believe that even if it was false, he would make people believe that it was true. So if they go, there's no way this can get done in this amount of time. Steve Jobs wanted it done in that amount of time so much that he believed that it would get done in that amount of time so much that he would say it's going to, and then he would force it to become reality. Now, it didn't always become reality. When he left Apple and he came out with that box computer that went nowhere, that didn't work at all. His reality distortion field didn't work. You have to hire great people around you and have brilliant ideas in order for that reality distortion thing to work at all. There is no, and this guy is trying to do that. This man is trying to make people believe that product placement is good. But generally speaking, like, I think that Steve Jobs did try to incorporate things into Apple products that people would actually like. The reason that you give Apple all your data is because they're giving you back stuff that you actually wanted in your phone. And that's the relationship. You can't just sit there and be like, for years, movie fans have been looking for more product placement. Like, no, they haven't. That's a lie. That's just showing that you have no idea who you're talking to. That's crazy.
Also, like, you know, Steve Jobs was selling phones. This guy is selling movie tickets.
Movie
which is
tickets.
A thing that's been
No, Hot Dog. He's selling virtual credits for movie tickets.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Yes. Listen to why he's talking about how great product placement is.
And I'm on the computer trying to figure out what suit is he wearing. I'm that guy.
That's not a guy.
And
I'm that guy. You're the only one. That's not a type. Like, that's not a personality trait on you.
One of the things is, believe it or not, Madison Avenue spends $11 billion a year in product placement.
Right.
So
that's, by the way, Madison Avenue spending $11 billion a year on product placement is not to our benefit. If you're talking to like, this guy is confused. This is a meeting that you're supposed to have in a dark room with 5 other executives about how we're going to trick people into watching ads. This is not
get one over on them. This
is
not the public Pete.
Exactly. You don't go and say, like, Madison Avenue has spent $11 billion on product placement because you guys love it so much. That's not why they spent it on product placement. They spent that much on product placement because they're trying to trick people into watching advertisements. That's what product placement is. It's tricks.
If the box office is $11 billion a year and product placement is $11 billion a year, don't you think it makes more sense that they just spend that money with us instead of needing to try and get to us? Maybe they could just speak to us directly. So, pre-show,
what?
The concept.
Like, he knows as he's saying it that doesn't make sense. I mean, if they just give me the $11 billion, I'll just show you the ads. Like, how would that doesn't benefit us whatsoever. His pitch.
It doesn't benefit any aspect of this transaction. Not him, not the advertisers, not us, no one. Well, I mean him.
Only him. Like he's
just him.
He's like, my pitch is that they give me the money and I force you to watch the ads. And you're like, I don't want to be a part of this. This is scaring me. This is scaring me. This is a scary thing. This is like, here's what I'm thinking. You give up your control and allow me to take over. And then we go, that's a great idea. Like, why would anybody say that's a great idea? It's not a great idea.
Concept that we had was, why are we trying to have them go and spend third party to get to our attention?
Right.
Maybe what we could do is let me watch that content, and you.
Here's another red flag. Whenever anybody calls an advertisement content, that's not content. Advertisements are how content gets paid. When I'm over here doing Steven Singer reads or whatever, that's not content. It's not like, oh, check out Sam Roberts now for the great bit I did about Steven Singer. It's not a bit. It's an advertisement. And you do the advertisements so that they can fund the content. When he says, like, why don't we just give this content directly to the viewer? You're talking about the advertisements. You're talking about taking out the part that's funding the content and just making us watch the advertisements. That's nuts. And when
bro.
And when I say making us watch, I mean making us watch. It gets better. It gets a lot better.
You could cover the cost of the ticket because you're spending advertising dollars someplace else. So it's a way to close that loop and make it far more efficient of a system. Here's some other examples of this. So
he's got to know this is a bad idea.
I'd like to show you a little bit about pre-show. And I want to do a live demo for you. Can I do that?
Ooh, pre-show.
Great. Let me come over here and do this.
This is going to be the worst pre-show since WWE started adding Sam Roberts to them. This is not going to work. He's setting it up now. Yeah, Jason Clawwetter says, this sounds like an infomercial. It really, yeah. And you're like, this is the pitch. This is how we're all supposed to get excited about it. Like, we're supposed to pass this around to our friends. I don't know what you're thinking, man. Oh, man. We're not going to have... First of all, he started the thing by saying, I love product placement, right? Hot dog. He said that he loves product placement, correct?
Favorite movie was Wayne's World. I love that specific part.
Yeah, that specific part, I did not get the humor behind it at all. I didn't get the joke because I thought it was great. He goes, here's his premise. I love product placement. You love product placement. If we do this, there'll be no more product placement. And you're like, wait, your premise was flawed from the beginning because I don't love product placement. But if I did love product placement, then I wouldn't want this to be a thing because you're pitching that product placement be removed. And instead, that we just have to watch commercials.
Right. At some point, you maybe in the pitch, you lose them on step 3 or 4. Yeah, you don't lose them in step 1.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'd be that guy in the meeting. Like, maybe he's one of those bosses that, like, you can't, like, you're afraid to be like, this makes no sense what you're saying right now. But I feel like I'd be that guy in the meeting going like, sir, do we like product placement or we don't like product placement? Because either way, this is a terrible idea.
I don't like product placement. Does anyone else here like product placement?
Sir, I don't like product placement. Also, I don't like ads. You know, like literally, here's why I like YouTube. Because they went like this. We have ads. If you pay money, you won't see them. And I'm like, deal. Like, here's the money. I won't see them. On Hulu, they're like, it's very inexpensive for our service. It's significantly more expensive, but no ads. I'll choose significantly more expensive. On Peacock, they're like, you can have it for free if you want, or you can pay money and there's no ads. And I'll go, I choose pay money. Literally, all these services have set up a thing where it's like people are willing to pay money to not have advertisements. And
they acknowledge,
yes,
people, you don't want this. We know you don't like this.
His pitch for MoviePass 2.0 is more advertisements. If you subscribe to MoviePass, we'll give you advertisements. And I'm going, The only reason I subscribe to anything else is to not see advertisements. Why do you think this is a good idea? Well, and then I go like this. I'll probably just leave it on, and I just ignore it. That's probably what you're thinking right now, Hot Dog, right? You love a good scam.
Yeah.
He's got an alternative.
No.
He's gonna pitch us on good news, guys. There's an alternative. I'm going to force you to watch these advertisements. Okay, he's setting it up now. Looking at his phone. I mean, my God. Just dead airs. He's setting up his demo. That's always a good sign at these tech things. You can just hear him whispering into the mic. It should be working.
Getting the screen to come up. So the premise is...
Okay.
All right, perfect. So
perfect.
I'm going to have Mark hold this while I... So I could go in... So inside of the new Movie Pass, you're going to be able to go in.
So I'll... First, inside Movie Pass... look, guys... Will you just subscribe to Movie Pass and then we'll play you commercials? We got to figure out... The tickets are too cheap. We got to figure out a new way to make money. Like, we don't understand. They won't give us the tickets for cheaper. We've gone to every theater. Will you just give us the tickets for cheaper? They say no. Please watch the ads.
And you're going to be able to see a movie that you are interested in seeing. But let's say I want to be able to get extra credits, earn extra credits for that film.
Like, do you know this? It's another red flag. Let's say I want to earn extra credits for this film. Do you know how happy I was when I got out of school? How happy I was that I didn't have to sit in a classroom anymore. I didn't have to take tests anymore. I didn't have anybody asking me about homework. None of that stuff. The idea that it's like, ooh, I can earn extra credit. I don't want anything to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Or I maybe even want to be able to see it for free. And the advertisers have put a pre-show together, not unlike what you normally would see when you go into a movie theater, but this is customized for you.
Another red flag. This is customized for you. I don't want any advertisements that are customized for me. That means they are weirdos that are following me, that are analyzing my internet activity, that are keeping data on me. I don't like that. That is a bad thing in society. They'll
fuck you up.
It's bad. It's a bad thing.
I am afraid of the algorithm.
And they're like, well, you'll have your very own show of great ads. What? I don't want anything to do with this.
So I'm going to go in. And so part of the direction that we're doing from a Web3 perspective is this is happening only on your phone, uniquely to you, and the credits that earn are your credits that go into your virtual wallet that you get to spend. So it's your own money.
It's your own money. It's not your own money. It's like itchy and scratchy bucks. It's like regular money, but fun. Like the Movie Pass credits are your own credits. Oh, cool. So we can use those where? Movie Pass, mainly. Movie Pass, yeah.
Now, what's cool about this is your phone, your device uses your own facial detection. It doesn't go to the cloud. Nobody goes through anything other than you and your information and yours.
You can't set up. What's cool about this is that your own phone uses your facial detection, so it's not in the cloud. Wait. You're trying to distract me by going like, oh, look over here. It's not in the cloud. I'm looking at this left hand. Why the fuck is this using my facial detection? Why are you reading my face?
It's a feature.
This is not a bug? No, it's a feature.
And you opt in to do it on your own. So what it does is it basically creates a transaction between you and the brand. So I'm going to come here, and as I'm looking at it, it's playing back. But if I stopped and I'm not paying attention to it, it actually pauses the content. So we had an earlier version of this.
What?
where you know what happened. People put the phone down, left, didn't pay any attention to it.
Dude.
And it would.
Reed Rothschild, by the way, says it's a Schrootbuck. One Schrootbuck. Oh, it's a feature. Hot dog, if you look away from it, it will pause. Oh, what a convenient feature that is. Oh,
I like that. I don't want to miss a second of an ad.
Of an ad? No, let's keep it going. Yeah, you mean those things that you go to the shitter while they're playing in the movie theater? Those things? Oh.
Not me.
Oh.
If there's a YouTube ad that's playing, or it says 30 seconds, I got to take a piss, I'm pausing it.
Yeah. I wish YouTube would, you know that little button that says skip ad? I don't know anybody that pushes it. You got me nuts. What, and miss this content? I don't want to miss the content.
Give me all 5 minutes, baby.
Yeah. This brand has created some great content. I'd like to maintain a transaction with it. Oh, buzzwords. Listen to him. He's a maniac.
Right now, 70% of advertising, video advertising, is unseen. So this is a way that the advertisers get.
That's how we like it. Who are you talking to? 70% of video content, of video advertising content, is unseen, not accidentally. Like, we're definitely doing that on purpose, man. Don't stream this shit to everybody. This event, if he's talking to investors, I get it. But he's streaming this event for the audience that doesn't like ads. We're going to force them. We're going to force them. We're going to tie them down. They're going to have to watch these things because we see your eyeballs. We're watching your eyes. This is so, like, Orwellian, even worse than Orwellian. This is like, it's terrifying. It's terrifying.
But if you're an advertiser,
if you're an advertiser, yeah. Except if you're like an advertiser with a brain in your head, you go like this. Why would anybody subscribe to this platform?
I'll just take that iPause and shit and put it on my thing.
Yeah, why would people subscribe to this? And he's like, didn't you hear about the credits? Where else would they get the credits? Yeah, we're going to pass, I think. We're gonna listen to him.
The impact they're looking for, but you're also getting the impact yourself. So I'm going to keep watching this. It's a short spot, but there'll be different lengths and
okay. No, all right. We're done. I'm going to keep watching this. You have to keep watching it. You have no choice. I'm going to keep watching this because otherwise it wouldn't play. And we'd just be sitting here looking at a pause screen. He
took this whole fucking thing straight from Black Mirror.
It really is from Black Mirror. Greg Schmidt, though, he does make a good point. He says, this seems like the type of thing Hot Dog would be taken advantage by. No, really, Sam. It's actually great. Like, if I didn't have this talk with you, Hot Dog, I feel like they would have gotten you on it.
If you sold me, it would have to be something that's not movie tickets. It would have to be like, hey, Sam, like, I got these amazing glasses and the vision's perfect, but they play like an ad every now and then. And that's it.
No.
Amazing.
I bet they could convince you on, no, man, it sucks. You don't even get to see most of the ads. They've changed that. Oh, thanks, man. Good.
Did you know 70% of advertisements go unwatched? I mean, come on.
It's terrible. Well, man, if you want to contribute to the show tonight, super chat in. We're going to read all the super chats. There were a couple other things I was going to hit, but I don't think we got time tonight. I just saw a thing, Hot Dog. Apparently somebody leaked a video of the Super Bowl halftime show rehearsal. Apparently 50's there too.
Nice. Man, you know what? I saw the lineup for the halftime show.
Bro.
It makes me feel old.
No, it should make you feel old. It's totally for old people, but it is what it is. Like, that doesn't mean we're not going to enjoy it. Dude.
Yeah.
The video that I saw, 50 Cent was hanging upside down doing crunches like the Go Shorty at Your Birthday.
What? Yeah. Okay, that's awesome.
It's making me, like, I'm sitting here going like, should we do a Loneliest halftime show just so we can react to it in real time?
I'll be upside down doing the same crunches. I'll try.
Okay, we should I was thinking about whether or not we should go live for the halftime show like we usually do. Because at first I was like, we shouldn't, because this is going to be the best halftime show ever. But I feel like just reacting to it will be enough, right?
Go. All
right. We'll be back then for the Super Bowl halftime show. You down with that, hot dog?
I'm with it.
All right. Loneliest halftime show is coming back then. Let's get those super chats in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And get all of that sweet, sweet content. I didn't even get into Jackson Mahomes. That's 2 shows I've wanted to get into Jackson Mahomes. Haven't gotten to talk about him, the king.
All right. So, did you take any knowledge from this MoviePass stuff? Are we going to be offering some credits for our?
If you super chat in, maybe we develop Sandbucks.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tell you what. For every $1 that you spend in a super chat, I will issue you half of a Sandbuck. Hot dog, can you?
Wow, that's generous of you.
Going forward, every $1 spent. So, like Pinky Schultz started with a $2 super chat. That is equivalent to 1 Sandbuck. No.
There you go.
Half.
No, I thought it was half.
No, it's the other way. Sandbucks are more valuable. Yeah.
Okay,
so you're gonna split the $1 in half. Maybe I said it wrong. You're gonna split the $1 in half, and that becomes 1 Sandbuck. So a $2 super chat is 1 Sandbuck. So hot dog, can you start as we do these segments keeping track of who has the most Sandbucks?
Yeah, I mean that's very generous of you. I'm gonna write that right now.
And by the way, these are your Sandbucks. So this is a transaction where that's your money. So it's really like
use them wherever it's accepted.
However you want to use them. It's like you are spending money for the super chat, but you're getting half of that back in Sandbucks. So, and a lot of people think that Sandbucks are worth more than twice $1. So you're probably making a profit if you think about it that way. By the way, we are going to start sending out. It's literally a digital version of Clockwork Orange. It's a digital version of Clockwork Orange where they're just like, welcome to MoviePass. Well, enjoy the show. If you want to watch the movie, you got to watch this ad, but I have to blink. It hurts so much. No, you won't get your movie credits. It's terrible, and it hurts.
Not comfortable at all.
No, it's awful. Let's see who got some Sandbucks. Pinky Schultz. Going out to get drunk, Sam. I'll watch tomorrow. Ooh, Pinky Schultz is going to find out tomorrow that he's earned himself a Sandbuck. That's going to be quite a treat. Probably the cure for a hangover, too. JD Straight Shot, hot dog with his DR property could absolutely pull off a Tinder swindle. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe being the poor man's Tinder swindler? And
I can't get 3 women in rotation. Come on. I could barely struggle trying to get 1.
Well, you start with 1. Well, that's true. You'd have to have 2 to start because 1 would have to pay for the other. Like you'd have to make.
Yeah, I can't start it.
You would have to come up with capital. You'd have to make an initial investment in the first one. And maybe on a low key level, see how cheap you could get somebody to invest in the project. And then, yeah, especially because aren't you going to upgrade the property that your family already owns down there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, bro.
It's no private jet.
Yeah, but you get a deal on plane tickets, right?
I do.
You don't have to tell anybody that you're getting a deal. Oh, man, how does he afford all these JetBlue tickets? Reed Rothschild, the Tinder swindler guy, reminds me of the French dude that cons Artie in The Sopranos. Oh, yeah, it does. Where's the money? What's his name, Jean-Luc? Where's the money, Jean-Luc? I don't know. I told you, Artie. It's gone. It's gone. This is what it is. Stop it. Get out of here. Like, Artie's trying to get his money. But remember, Artie's like in the mirror going...
Trying to be tough.
I don't know, Jean-Luc. Jean-Luc punches him in the face and throws him out the door. I can't wait to cover that on Prima Volta. Nathan Gerald. That's not a full Sandbuck. It's $1.99. And by the way, keep in mind, hot dog, Reed Rothschild is his super chat's in Canadian dollars. So you're gonna need to
I'm gonna have to convert that.
You're gonna have to convert it to American and then split it in half for the Sandbucks.
Don't be sneaky.
Yeah. Nathan Gerald, AMC A-List is the best. MoviePass will fail again. I don't think so. I've been wanting to see ads better, and I don't know how else I'm going to do it. That Corey dude, you guys kick ass. Not hot dog, though. That's a tremendous contribution. I appreciate you very, very much, that Corey dude. You're 100% right in everything that you broke down there in your super chat.
Hmm.
And you know what? I'm going to tip him an extra $1. So I want you to split his super chat in half and then add one extra $1 to it.
26
Yes,
$26.
26.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Reed Rothschild with another one. Is he really trying to spin playing commercials before movies as an exciting thing? The pre-show will have lots of action. Well, action will be on the way. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's trying to do, Reed. Solomon Banks, if I paid you $5 every time you're live, would you keep Chip's mug on your desk? No, I'll do it for 10. No, I'll do it for $5. if you contribute the cash value of $5, I'll do it. Jeffrey Blake, appreciate you. Congratulations on the $1. Tyler Conrad, can we all agree Mallory sucks? Come on, man. Come on, man. All right, guys. Oh, Robert Burton says hot dog is so much better than Sam. Yeah. Everybody's got their favorites. Congratulations on. By the way, no $1 for Robert Burton. None. Zero.
Hey.
None. He wouldn't spend them.
You know what?
He wouldn't spend them responsibly.
I'm giving you 5 hot dog bucks.
I think you should hand out Marte cents.
No, I don't want to have cents.
Oh, all right, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We'll be back Sunday. As soon as halftime kicks off, we'll be there. We'll have a good time reacting to the halftime show. And you can, it'll be an extra opportunity to earn some $1. That's very, very exciting. Hey, to whoever has the most $1, remember, I'm going to cheers with you later. See you next time.